Hello everyone, xHedra here, bringing you episode 3 of Galactic Science, a mod pack by Caitlin. So in the last episode, we finally got some Minechem going, and we started setting down for the night. We took a lot of risk, but it was worth it. So there's a couple of things I need to do today, and to be able to do them, I'm missing a little bit of iron. So when I said in the last episode that I didn't really need to go into a time-lapse period, well, I kind of did. So, if you've seen, we've started getting some gravel. I'm just going to go put this chest downstairs, because that's where I'm going to put some Minechem element. In the beginning, until I have my power setup figured out, I'm going to keep my Minechem here. And for people that are worried, there's still a lot of power in that star, so I'm not worried at this point. So the reason this pack gives you gravel is that it's trying to push you toward gravel. If I use R on gravel and I go look at the actual Auto-Sieve, you see that's where I get my gold from, my tin, my silver, and my lead. And if you look at iron, I have a 20% drop chance, okay? But if I look, let me just go back on iron. The ways of getting iron is not here, this one. So 27% chance with rock, or let me find the gravel, 20% chance here. So let's see if the RNG god is good for us today, and let's see if we can get 2 more iron, because I need 5 iron for my first piece of automation. So let's just sieve a couple of gravel, and hopefully we're going to get lucky, because it's 20%, but 20% I've had cases where, and I already have the 4, so perfect. Let's just get these transformed right now, and while we're waiting for this, I need to put some kind of fuel in that would actually help my cause. So while we're waiting for this, I just want to quickly make 1 stone barrel. This is really important because we're going to need it for multiple things, but the first thing we're going to need it for is this Ender-Lilly that we have. And there was a comment left by Creator Aid, and he's totally right. There is another quest I should have done way before this. I completely forgot, and last time that I did a transfer node, so let's look at nodes. I'm going to show you why. If you look at nodes, wow, I can't type tonight. So transfer node item, I did 1 with a block of redstone, which gives 1. But if I had an ender pearl, I would have gotten 4. For the liquid node, this one is really bad. I cannot really do a transfer node liquid without using an ender pearl, because this is actually 5 iron. And in the beginning of this pack, 5 iron is enormous. Which is why I wanted to rush this and stone and get this Ender-Lilly. But the thing I completely forgot about is that as part of the Minechem experience, I was bad at math, you do the radiation decay and it gives you Einsteinium and calcium carbonate. So let's read the quest. Radiation decay. Some elements will have a time till they decay. If you let them decay, they will turn into another element and also damage you. So a way around this is to use a leaded chest. So it wants us to build a leaded chest. And if we look at leaded chest, where is it? Leaded chest, it's right here. It's actually 8 lead element around 1 chest. So it's not necessarily that hard to make. But if we look at it now, we don't have any lead whatsoever. I'm just pausing because I need to put some more wood into this. And this I'm going to put 3 more cobble so that I get to 2,000 cobble, lava. I'm going to grab a bucket of this, and I'm going to break this to bring downstairs, and we're just going to start working on the first piece of automation. Let's see if I can find 18 string, and I do have 18 string right here. We're going to build another sieve. I want to keep the other sieve because I'm probably going to need to keep on sieving some more manually in my time lapse, because in the beginning, this pack is really resource intensive and iron is a big problem. So I'm going to make a new sieve, but now that I have 5 iron, if you remember correctly, there is a quest right back here in the why do all the work that wanted us to make an automatic sieve, and that's what we're going to make. So sieve, automatic sieve, I already know that I need one more, one glowstone. That's why I'd put it aside before. So let's make this automatic sieve. Oh, and I needed the iron to break down into iron nuggets. But now that I have the 4 iron, I can actually make this. I'm going to get rid of the nuggets. There's no point holding them on my body. I'm not going to be using them anytime soon. And I'm going to get rid of the slab, and I'm going to get the Sterling generator because that's going to be how I powered my sieve for the beginning. So I still have some gravel, yes, and also one of the big problem I have right now is that I still haven't gotten my pumpkin seed to complete the Moon Dirt quest. So don't mind where I'm setting things up. This is really nowhere close to final. I'm only setting things down to be able to move forward as soon as possible. In the time lapse at the end of this episode, I'm going to open up this cavern and I'm going to set up a lot more things. So now that I have an automatic sieve, I'll put the 19 gravel in it. And to begin with, I'm going to use a lava bucket. So this is the first kind of power generation I'm going to use because it's going to generate 200,000 RF over 9 minutes, which is going to help me in the beginning, but it's really not the best solution. We're going to actually find some better way of handling power. For the time being, let me break this down right here, and I'm going to put the stone barrel down here. Now I need to get started on getting more resource. So this is going to slowly be breaking down the gravel so that we hopefully get more stuff. But the truth is, for the time being, we need iron. Again, iron is our big problem. And if we look quickly at the... So, sorry, this quest is completed. So I get a reward bag and a bucket full of rocket fuel. And to be fair, I couldn't really care less about the rocket fuel. Oh, a filled fuel canister. That's kind of a good reward, and I'll show you why. So the reason why this is interesting is not because of the rocket fuel. It's actually because of the bucket. Because if you just remember, I showed you that I was going to need the bucket to craft my first set of transfer node liquids. But for that, I need an ender pearl. So I either need to wait for my ender pearl upstairs, or I need to find another way of getting it. So I'm going to do something that's really not power intelligent. I'm going to grab a couple of stacks of cobblestone. And even though they're not compressed, I'm going to throw them in the chemical decomposer until I get 8 lead. And the reason I'm going to do that is that if you look at decomposing 1 cobblestone, you get a 10% chance of getting something, and part of the list is lead right here. But the pack tells us that we should go with compressed cobblestone, and they're right power-wise. That's really what makes more sense. But if I look at compressed cobblestone, it's 12% chance. So that's not worth it. 12% chance for 1 more. This step makes no sense. But the next step is double compressed cobblestone. And with double compressed cobblestone, we get 90 at 12%. So this is becoming really worth it. But we don't have the power yet. Like, we did put this down, but we don't have enough power to power this, and it's very expensive. So this is a way of doing it in the beginning, but I don't even know if we're going to use it. I was doing a little bit of research, and this is really not worth it. There's so much better way of doing it. So for the time being, since this is full of power because it's been accruing power from the star generation, we're just going to be throwing a couple of stack and hoping that we get our 8 lead within the amount of power already in it. Because don't forget, it's 500 RF per. So this is going to empty really quickly. Already 4 lead. And hopefully we're going to get the 8 lead. And I'm not going to break down more because at the end of the day, I don't want to waste that much power. I just want to be able to complete the quest, to be able to show you what happens next. So 7 lead right now and 8. So I'm pretty sure we're good. I'm going to... I don't need to go upstairs. I completely forgot I already have this crafting on a stick. So I'm going to make 1 chest and I'm going to surround it with lead. And I'm going to get a leaded chest. So if I get out of here and go back to I was bad at math, I actually completed this quest with leaded chest. And this one's super important because now I'm going to show you something. And I'm going to act quickly because I've got some Einsteinium on me. And Einsteinium is awesome, but it's super bad at the same time. And the reason it's super bad is that it's a radioactive element that decays. And just like they said in the quest, once it decays, it hurts me. And once it decays, it's lost. But 1 Einsteinium with 8 calcium carbonate, 1 each around, and 3000 RF gives us an ender pearl. So basically this is 16 ender pearl that we get. Oh, so I'm going to quickly set that up because I'm going to be able to craft my nodes now. And sometimes it does do that. There's still some bugs with Minechem, even though this is really old, where sometimes things won't disappear from here. But now we have the 16 ender pearl. Now, like I told you for this reward, the filled fuel canister, the reason that's good, it's basically we've been making this fuel right here for a while now, only for one reason. We've been making this fuel for a quest. I'm still going to complete it this way because I want to, but I have the filled fuel canister right here, so I'm going to use that one as a submit. And if I go to whole new moon and fueling up, oh, sorry, it's fuel, it's not oil. So I thought I was saving a little bit of time, but I'm actually not saving any time. So yay, derp me, I'm going to get rid of that. Right here, I just saw when I was looking that I got some more gold. So let's just go downstairs and transform that gold quickly because I don't like carrying elements of important things in the beginning. Let me just remove all of that, and I'm going to throw the gold in here. Now, remember guys, I told you in the last episode, this is actually annoying because you need 16 gold to make 1 gold ingot. And if you look, see somehow because I broke it down, it wasn't showing properly. I have 4 and 4 and 14 here. But there's one thing that you need to know. Even though it takes 16 to make 1 gold ingot and the gold nuggets gives you 1 each, which is really not good, I don't have any gold here. So I'm just going to break down 2 nuggets to get 2 AU and put them in here so that I can claim all of the gold. It wasn't necessarily the best trade mineral wise, but just to be able to get the gold, like, it's worth it. I'm also going to throw the 2 stacks of cobblestone in here because I don't really need them right now and might as well generate whatever resources I can from that. So now I have all of this, but I'm still missing iron. Let's go take a quick look back here and see if this setup has generated enough iron. So this is an other iron, and if you remember, we need 1 bucket, which we already have, and we need 2 iron. So this is 1 iron, so we don't have enough still. But one of the next steps that we need to do is actually to craft that node. It's really important that we get a liquid node for many reasons, and one of them is to be able to extract lava. So let me grab this lava, and then I'm going to break this down right now, and I'm going to bring that downstairs. Is my oil ready? Yes, it's ready, so let's complete that quest. So now that I have the oil, I can actually complete the quest because it was oil and not a canister. If you guys figured it out, I would really love to know, but I get a choice of 3 dyes, and I don't know actually why I'm getting choices of dyes. I really don't understand what they're bringing to this completion. I'm going to take the purple dye just because I don't want the lime dye nor the pink dye, but I feel that it doesn't really matter. Let's look at the reward bag, and oh my god, this is so good. So I'm going to use the lava tank. If you remember, if you guys watched my Forever Stranded, I didn't use anything that was game breaking, so I would not usually take this. But let me just finish. So I put a crucible over lava because it's a speed of time 2 instead of the times 1 of the coal generator, of the coal block. And I'm going to start producing lava. And I'm going to use this lava tank just for one reason, because technically I could go in a time lapse right now and wait like 10 minutes, and in 10 minutes I would have a couple of buckets of lava, and I want to be able to accelerate the playthrough and not waste an enormous amount of time waiting for something. Like I said, it's not a question of getting something super overpowered. I'm basically just getting something that's going to help me achieve faster what I want to do. I can break one more level, and I'm doing that because I need to set up the next step, and I'm going to show you what the next step is. So I'm going to set this like this because I need to be able to have a bucket of water. And I'm going to put one bucket of lava in here, and I'm going to go grab a water from the top, an ice block that I'm going to break. And I'm going to start showing you how you actually generate stuff. Minechem is the core in this pack. It's something that you need to master and use all the time. So let me come up in here and put this. Oh, it's going to... Really? It broke and gave me no water. So that's a first for me. Hopefully I have some more upstairs. And the next one worked. I thought for sure it was going to just flow the water down and I would have to grab it with the bucket, but that's kind of ridiculous. While we're going here, let's take a quick look on this, and already there's no more gravel. So let's put the moon dirt. And the reason I'm putting the moon dirt is very simple, and I'm going to refill this with lava, is that I still do not have my pumpkin seed, which is blocking me from getting 4 iron. So let me put this in here and breaking it down. Perfect. And now we get obsidian. So that generation of obsidian is very important. Like I said, this is just boosting the speed at which I'm able to move forward in this. But I'm not going to over abuse it. I'm going to grab a couple of obsidian and I'm going to show you something. So this pack is all around Minechem. And I need obsidian because when you throw obsidian in the chemical decomposer, you always get 16 silicon dioxide and 8 magnesium oxide. I'll be fair with you, I never figured out what to do with the magnesium oxide other than to void it. So I'll just throw it in a chest for now. But the silicon is super important, and I'll show you why. If I press R on the silicon and look what I can do with it, I can make flint, who cares? But I can make glass pane. And as you see, like, forget this one in the middle because that's the one that provides the color. But 6 silicon dioxide gives you 1 glass pane. So you don't need to have 6 glass to produce 16 glass pane. It's the same price. Then you also have the ability of crafting dirt. So we want a bigger dirt farm outside to make a farm or a tree farm. That's how we're going to get dirt easy, or puzzle. We can also get sand this way, but sand it's 16. So sandstone, sorry. This smooth sandstone, sand. It's 4, 4, 4, 4. We can also get a water bottle, not that we really need it. We can get a glass already cooked for 4. So 16 gives you 1 sand that you didn't have to cook, or 16 divided in 4 in the corner gives you a glass already. The glass pane, like I told you, and nether quartz, but you need gallium arsenide, which we're going to get much later. So this is why it's important, but this is the most important piece, the gravel right here, because as I showed you, we need to be sifting gravel, but it's 1. So each obsidian gives you 16 gravel. So now with all of the gravel that I have, I can just put it down in here, and I can use, like, work on the gravel to get resource. I'm going to leave the dirt here because, like I told you, with this quest right here, sieve expansion, it's going to give me 4 iron just because I'm missing a pumpkin seed. So it's really worth making sure that it happens as soon as possible. So I'm going to take 2 minutes max, and I'm going to go sieve that 16 dirt because hopefully in that time, either here or downstairs, I'm going to get my 4 iron, and it's pretty important for me to get the 4 iron. But before I do that, now that this crucible has created the oil, let me grab it, and we're just going to bring it downstairs to produce more lava. Like I said, lava is super important, and I'm going to use a little bit for power in the meantime. But at the end of the day, lava is it's worth way too much to waste on power. You really want to use it to make obsidian. So this way, although it's not super fast speed, I've actually doubled my lava production. And can I get one more bucket? No, and this is going to burn for another 4 minutes, so I'm good. Still no pumpkin seeds, so let's go upstairs and we're going to start breaking down that dirt. So right now we're kind of waiting for day, and we're kind of waiting to get enough iron to be able to move forward. I don't want to do a time lapse in the middle of the episode because that's always been received kind of badly. So I need to make sure that I get all the resources I need during my time lapses at the end of the episode. But it doesn't mean that once in a while I can't take a little bit of time to try and achieve something. I'm going to move this out of the way because I need to see if I get the actual pumpkin seed. So Minechem is part of everything, and there's a lot of quests around Minechem because we need to actually learn everything about Minechem and what to do. And right now we get basic elements and we can compose element from other elements, but there are elements that you cannot break down. If I remember correctly, I don't think that galenium or arsenide, one or the two, like we just saw while looking at how to make, I don't remember what it was that we were looking at, but we were looking at silicon to make. Okay, I have a blank, so I'll just move on. But we needed this galenium arsenide, and we're going to get it by synthesizing a new type of element. But that's much further along when we have way more power and way more iron because of what we need to create. So let me take a quick look here, and right now I'm going to get rid of the gold nugget because there's no point carrying them on me, and I'm going to start making some aluminum because I know I'm going to need it further along the line, and might as well cook it while we're doing nothing or waiting on something. So let's go see downstairs if we finally got our pumpkin seed, and still not. So while we're waiting, let's take a quick look at the book. Because when we did this, we had already completed. And the reason we already completed is we already got silicon because I ended up showing you how to get the gravel quickly. Steady supply. Various nether material are needed. You can make them with various method from xHedra. But what happens when you decompose them? And this actually wants you to get some silicon. We're going to get some glowstone and left reward bag. Let's look at that. 128 limestone. That's absolutely dreadful and useless. So the glowstone. If we do break down the glowstone, let me find where we break it down. We get some phosphorus. And phosphorus can be used for more glowstone or hypophosphite or glyphophosphite or anyway, these things that I cannot pronounce. So I never really quite understood why we were getting so much glowstone. Let me just take a second more and look at this with you. So basically, it gives us phosphite, which gives us. I'm going to look at the composed element, hypophosphite, which is used into with aluminum to make aluminum something. So I don't really care about that. Let me find. I'm just trying to find how this was made first with phosphorus. So phosphorus I can use to make. What's the next one I could make? Oh my god, these names are awful. So nope, that's not important. What's the next one I can make? I can make this phosphate ion. Let me just check. Which gives me a couple of things. Okay, so this is kind of a dead-end investigation. Maybe at some point we're going to find a use for it, but right now I can't easily find a use for it. Do you have some more lava? Yeah, let me grab some more lava from here and put it in there, just so that the energy production continues and maybe we finally get what we need. So let's go back here. This quest was completed. The next is to make nether quartz. Oh, nether quartz. So that's the one that we needed. The nether quartz, we need the gallium arsenide. So quartz. It's made from Oh, so it's either made from sieving soul sand, or it's made from 4 silicon dioxide and a gallium arsenide. Gallium arsenide is basically made with gallium and arsenic, and gallium you get from decomposing grass block, which we don't have yet, or gallium arsenide, that's not very helpful, or gallium oxide, I don't know how we get that, or endstone. But endstone, I don't know if you noticed, but you can get silicon or hydrogen or beryllium or lithium or zirconium, sodium, rubidium, gallium, so still naming thing, but einsteinium, which is super rare, but you have a chance of getting some. So when we need more ender pearl, we might go that route. But this is still oh, so that's what you use the glowstone for. Oh my god, what a derp. I never thought about it this way. I never thought that this was how you were supposed to start. So see, I'm still discovering things. I'm so glad that I thought of that. I thought of looking at that. So one glowstone block gives us 4 phosphorus, and one gives us 1 glowstone dust. So actually, like now I think you guys are starting to see why lava is so important. You use it to make your obsidian, but you also use it to make your endstone, and you break your endstone to get like the more advanced element. So anyway, getting back here, we need 10 nether quartz. We didn't look at soul sand properly, so let's take a quick look at soul sand. I already know one way of making soul sand, but I want to see if there's another way. So chemistry set, we're not going to do that. PBBESE. So beryllium, I don't know how to get that. Let me just look quickly. You get beryllium from, oh, really low chance from netherrack. No, that's not worth it. From beryl, from soul sand, of course, from endstone, from solarium, which is made for soul sand. So there's actually no good resources that gives me what I need. So basically, we'll get the soul sand the proper way. Well, not the proper way, sorry. The way most people know, with ex nihilo, with witch water, and putting a sand in it. But we'll get to that a bit later. Oh, and I got my pumpkin seed. So let's stop this right now. I really don't need to sieve any more dirt. I got the pumpkin seed, which means that I've got this quest completed, which means 4 iron. And I'll take the right reward bag. Let's just look what's in it. And what's with the limestone in this pack? Oh my god, I'm just going to throw the limestone in here because I really cannot care about limestone. And let's look at what I can do with limestone building material. That's it. Okay, so don't care at all. And I'm going to put the iron in here, and I'm going to use it to get 4 more iron. And sometimes that happens. If you guys saw, I only had 3, and it's only when I closed and reopened that it appeared. It's some kind of a weird lag / update, but you just hit escape, leave that, and usually it comes right back into your inventory. Let me get rid of all of this, and now that we have the iron, we can make our first liquid node. So transfer node, and we're of course going to be using one of the ender pearl because that's massive in the beginning. So we need 2 lapis and a pipe. 2 lapis, oh boy. I don't have any lapis, really? Okay, so that's something else I kind of forgot. I thought for sure I had lapis from the last episode when we did all of the sieving, but probably I used it for something else, though I cannot remember what for now. Oh, I have 2 lapis right here, so that's kind of lucky, and I have 5 broken iron from here, so I'm going to grab that also because more iron is good. So let's do that and grab that iron and just cook it and get this aluminum. So perfect. Let's make the liquid transfer node. Do we have everything? Yes, we have everything. And now we have 4 liquid transfer node. And this is super good because of 2 reasons. First reason, to extract the lava from here. So I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to break that one down, and I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to also put another extraction node right here. And I'm going to change this place. Let me just quickly... Oh, change it place right here. I'm going to take this down, take that down, and use the dirt around here. So one here, one here. Let me put the water and immediately block this off. And it's still flowing. Oh, I forgot that it's flowing from under. So that's kind of dumb, but it's easily fixed. Oh my god, it's not that easily fixed if you can't move forward, and just put it down here. Perfect. Now I do have to put my torches back down, or else I might get some really unpleasant spawning situation in here. So let me put that down right here. Perfect. So now this is slowly extracting and always filling this lava tank, which is always filling the stone barrel, which means that when I need obsidian, I can come get it from here. And if you saw, I kept one. And the reason I kept one is that I'm going to set up the next part of the system that I want to. So I can show you how to like what's the real best, cheapest way of getting power. One ice. So what I'm going to do is, this has been lagging for a while now. Well, not lagging, I just not been taking care of it. And this way we're going to generate an infinite water source. Like so. And then we can grab some water to bring downstairs. But before we do that, let's break the sucrose. And we're going to need to set up a farm pretty soon. But that's not my main priority right now. I'm still waiting for the day to show you Oh, it is day. Okay, so we're going to first go set the thing downstairs that I wanted to, and then we're going to move on to the next step. So, let me, like I said, where I'm placing thing is not really important right now. I'm just doing this to be able to move forward quickly in the pack. I'm going to put one water there. And, oh, I forgot to grab the ice. No, sorry, I didn't forget to grab the ice. I broke it down to get a infinite water source. So let's go upstairs and get the second water. But before we put the second water down, we need to put down one block. I'm going to show you why. We're going to use this corner right here. Oh, really? That's my only one. So, okay, let's do this. Let's put the corner right here. You need to put a block down so that you can put a liquid node. Then once you break this, you get a water block source under it, and these two are going to replenish this. Now, if you remember correctly, I put 2 world interaction, and I told you guys to absolutely grab the second world interaction, that it was super important. So let's take one of those, and let's show the gravel in here. And this is already out of power. No, it's not out of power yet, but pretty soon. And then let's come right here and put the world interaction. And if you see, water now starts accruing in this node. And we still have some pipe. Woof! I thought we were out of pipe. So I'm going to put, oh, I can't put a pipe right here. Let me grab my chemical decomposer. And this is where we're going to start having a problem, because we need the chemical decomposer in so many places. So I'm going to grab this one. And while we're at it, let's R-click it and show you what we need. To make a chemical decomposer, we need 7 iron and an atomic manipulator, which is composed of a block of iron and 7 piston. So 9 more iron here. For the piston, we can use aluminum though. So we're at least saving that. So for the time being, we're going to dual use this chemical decomposer. I'm going to put it down here, and it's being filled with water immediately from the side. And we're going to be decomposing water. So for now, I'm going to get this energy pipe and put it here. So now both of these things are being powered, which is not super good because we need a lot of power to decompose the gravel. But if you see, it's now breaking down water into 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. And the reason why we want to do that is that hydrogen can be put in the Stirling generator. And hydrogen, actually, it doesn't burn for a very long time, but it doesn't matter because hydrogen is actually self-sustaining. It generates 1000 RF, so 1 hydrogen gives you 1000 RF. Breaking down 1 water into 2 hydrogen costs 500 RF. So you can create 4 hydrogen per 1 hydrogen. So this can technically power at least 4 sterling, if not more. Now we only have 1 sterling generator, but we're going to move this much faster forward. So the things that were important in this episode that I wanted you guys to see is this. Set up your lava generation ASAP, because by generating lava you can make obsidian, and with obsidian you can create gravel. Now the one problem that we do have right now is that whenever we are going to want to one last thing I wanted to show you. I'm going to connect it from the top. And the reason I'm going to connect it from the top is oxygen. Okay, so that's kind of bad, and I'm dying because I'm not eating. I'm going to eat, but just before I'm going to go start that. If you saw, I made some stick. So these pipe, they have ways of being manipulated to be in out with a stick. So if you right click, this is only that way. If you right click again, this is do not go left or right, so it goes straight. So now it's getting water from the top only. And when we need to start using this for something else, so let me take these and put them in there. So when we want to use this to break down obsidian once in a while, because we need to refill the gravel here, we can always come right here and break this one pipe off. It's not the ideal solution for now, but in the meantime, that's really what we have to do. And you'll see it's going to break down all of the water. So it's going to stop using water, and make sure that you don't have any more water left. Because I've had problem in the past where if I put things to decompose and there was water left or not enough power, that it wasn't decomposing them right. So make sure you don't make that mistake. So now we can actually grab a couple of obsidian and break them down again. And we're going to break them down this time to get some dirt, because it's daytime and we're going to set the last thing that I want to set as part of this episode. So we're going to come right here, we're going to put this here, and dirt is one in that corner, and we're going to grab a couple of dirt. I don't want to grab too much. Perfect. And we're going to grab one more lava bucket, because I need a lot of stone. And again, even though I don't want to use all of my lava because there's more important use for my lava, I also have to be able to complete things at this point. So I'm going to put the lava and this in here. I'm going to break this, and let's go outside. There's going to be a lot of spider to kill, so we're going to have to be careful. And I forgot to eat first, so let's not be stupid because I don't want to die. This is not an hardcore mode where there's a limited number of life. Doesn't mean I want to be dying all the time. Perfect, so let me put this in here and this in here, and let's get rid of all of those spiders. I just want to take a quick look on the left and right and hope, thank God, there wasn't any creeper. Because you have to be careful when you exit. I didn't put any windows yet, and it's happened to me in other playthrough where I would just die because I completely forgot that there might be a creeper outside, because they don't die in the sun, and I ended up having an explosion breaking the whole front of my base, which was not funny. So I'm just trying to rush this because I want to be able to complete the episode quickly to move on to the time lapse, and to do that I need to be able to do my one last piece of setup that's important. Perfect. Oh, there's another one right here, but it shouldn't bother me so much as long as I don't let it land, because a spider without traction is useless. Okay. So this is not breaking down. Doesn't matter. I'm going to grab it. Is it with a stone pickaxe? Yeah. You have to be careful, because if you don't use the right, if you use the axe, you're going to lose it. I also did that in my first playthrough. So we're going to make 2 cobblestone axe like so. We want to upgrade it because right now it's really not that efficient using wooden axe. So we're going to use the wooden chopper, and I need one more cobblestone. So 1 wooden chopper with another furnace. So wooden, where's my wooden chopper? Oh, sorry, there's no furnace. Derp! I don't need a furnace. I need this, I need a wooden axe, and I need 7 stone around, which gives me the stone chopper. And there's a quest for that, so let's go right to it. Why do all the work? Stone Age timber. Wooden axes really don't last that long. Maybe you could upgrade your chopper for stone axe. I guess the only downside there would be you now need stone axe. But stone axe will last a lot longer. And cobblestone is, I'm going to say, next to free right now. Ooh, creeper head. That's good for later. Let's put that aside. Fish and rice cake. I don't know what that is. Let's put that aside for now. Now, I need some stone upgrade. And you put 8 stone around a wooden upgrade to get a stone upgrade, which is also another quest, which is the all stone. Need to upgrade that rug of yours, and you need 1 stone upgrade, and it's going to give us 10. So I don't need to upgrade those 10 wooden upgrade right now. I'm going to put back down this right here. I'm going to put an axe in it. I'm going to put some sapling in it, and I'm going to put the 11 upgrade. And that's why I needed more dirt. And then I can just go around like this and break one more circle because I want to have a 2 block all around of dirt. Because now is the second most important tip and trick of the day. The one is getting, no, sorry, there was 3 very important tips today. One is your lava, 2 is hydrogen to power your machine, and 3 is this. Let me go downstairs for a moment. I don't know if you guys remember, but last episode we broke down some cellulose. And let me come back here. I never reconnected this machine, which is amazing because I'm going to get some more cellulose. Hopefully, oh, I'm really lucky. 3 and 4, 4 and 5. And I'm just going to do one more. Oh, I really got lucky. So 54. And now we're going to go compose something else. And let's use R and show what you can get with cellulose. With cellulose, you can get wheat, empty map, some wood of any type of wood that you want, some leaves, any type of leaves, some wood, not plank, the wood blocks, any type. You can get grass block, you can get jungle wood, but you can get saplings and books. Books needs keratin, but we'll get to that later. Jungle sapling, that's super interesting. Let's just go a bit further. You can get basically any type of wood. You can make potatoes with more stuff. You can make paper. Like, there's a lot of stuff you can do. But what's really important to us right now is this. 1 cellulose right here, 54 jungle sapling. Why is that important? Because, as you guys must know, since you guys are all Minecraft experts. Oh, no, don't burn the sapling. Oh, that was dumb. Jungle sapling, if you have 4 side by side, they make super massive trees. So I'm going to quickly fuel this up, and from now on we're going to try and use stick as the fuel, because like I told you, 1 stick breaks 1 block, but if there's nothing left to break, you're not wasting fuel. So this is all going to harvest, and once it's all harvested, it's going to put down the jungle sapling. And while I'm waiting for that, I'll just cut that down. I don't want that tree there, and I'm not going to put there anymore. But I'm going to leave these 2 back there. I'm also going to break that one. And these 2 back there, I'm going to use to make some more string. Because I completely forgot how much string we're going to need. I don't want a string. What I'm searching for is a silkworm. And I'm going to arrange it so that I always have 1 tree full of string. And I break down the next one and always make the next one right next to it. So I'm going to put this one down right here, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's important that you do not place it more than 4 apart, or else there's a strong chance they won't connect. So right here, my 1, 2, 3, oh, I'm 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So these would never have connected. So I'm just going to move it 1 away like so. And again, I'm going to move that one away. Because like I said, I want them to connect because I need them to produce max amount of string. We're going to need a lot of string. And I'm going to show you why just in 1 second. And actually, this is a tip and trick from Duncan Webb. I knew about it, to be fair, because I played this whole pack through, but I just forgot about it. I was so stuck on Ender.io because I love it so much that I thought that these energy conduit was absolutely what we needed. But there's another form of power in the beginning, and if we look at it, what's it called? Let me search with aluminum because it's going to be easier that way. So R on the aluminum and these aluminum wire. So this is going to be the main source of power cable in the beginning. It needs 6 wool and 3 aluminum, which is why we're going to need a lot of string. So sorry, let's get back to this. And see, I'm missing one upgrade. I'm missing one upgrade to fill that old right here. So let me make one more upgrade because I want to get some 4x4s, because the 4x4s are what are going to be producing the max amount of wood. And I was hoping that I would get one of them so I could show you. Maybe I can force one. Let me just check if I use bone meal. Don't want to waste too much bone meal, but let's try it. Oh, perfect. Do you see that 4x4? This is going to produce a crazy amount of wood. So now that I have this, I'm going to craft a couple more stick because it's going to require it. Let's put more stick in here, grab these and put this here. And now we have, I want to say, infinite wood. And this is just going to break down wood after wood after wood, and it's going to get enough sapling not to run out, and we don't have a problem anymore. And the reason I put it as accessible is that we're going to automate it. Not in this episode, but at some point we're going to automate it. That's why it's from the bottom. And even if it's night, although it doesn't grow anything at night, we can access it from right-clicking under here. That's where the automation is going to come from. And we're always going to make sure that it's full of stick. So ideally, I'm going to make sure that like 2 or 3 rows are full with stick. But this is our main power, our main tree source. And like I said, tree equals cellulose equal a lot of things. And later on in game, it's going to be super important. Let me grab this hydrogen and put it in here to continue producing more stuff. 9 broken iron, so this is like really producing well. We're finally getting a lot of resource. And over time, we're going to set more Stirling generator and we're going to get a lot of power. So crucible to get lava that we use to make obsidian, that we break down into silicon dioxide, that we make gravel to put in here. Stirling generator, we burn hydrogen, and we get hydrogen from decomposing water into an infinite amount of oxygen and hydrogen. So much oxygen that I'm telling you guys, we're going to have to burn off the oxygen in a void barrel to get rid of it. Like, that's how much we're going to be producing. But that's everything that I wanted to show you today. And ideally, I'm going to create a couple more Stirling generator. And the Stirling generator, right now we haven't created one, but once we start creating them, super cheap. It's basically some stone and some cobblestone and some basic gear which are made from cobblestone and stick and a piston. The piston's the one expensive part, but considering you can use aluminum instead of iron for them, already we can make 3 pistons, so 3 more Stirling generator. Once we have more Stirling generator, we're going to be able to power this all the time, and we're going to put an extraction method to make sure that these Stirling generators stay full. But now, guys, this episode is run a bit longer than I wish it had, but I'm also going to tack on another 10 minutes of time lapse on it because I need to open this cavern up and I need to make sure that I'm sifting more resource because I need more iron for the next step. And usually this is, like, I don't know for you guys, but that's how I would usually play Minecraft by myself, is that at some point I would just put a YouTube video on or something on Netflix and just watch that while I'm doing menial tasks that I don't need to concentrate on. So when I record those time lapse, that's usually what I also do. So I'm going to say that my biggest accomplishment today is setting up this whole new setup, even though it's not beautifully set up and it's not fully automated, because still we're not bringing the hydrogen into the Stirling generator. But this is all of the elements you need to get your base started and maxed out. And we're going to make the lava generation better in the next episode. It's just that I don't have the iron to do it in this episode. Also, one last thing, the reason I need so much wood is I want to start making a ton of Java barrel. These Java barrel, and these Java barrel, they need 7 wood, 1 chest, and a plank to make one. And we're going to need one for oxygen, hydrogen, for basically everything that we're producing in this space. So guys, I really got you all of the information that I thought was super important to get a strong beginning. And in basically less than 2.5 hours of gameplay, we got all of the basic elements down, and from now on it's just going to grow and become such a more powerful setup and so much more automation. But we're going to grow on that, and we're going to be able to get started on the tiers and going to other planet. But we needed this strong base to be able to begin. So next episode, we're going to concentrate on quest, and we're going to concentrate on moving forward with our automation. So guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now.